Hello. Hello. We are this is not oh, where's my hand tracking? This is not what you think it is. That letter combination up there is not what you think it is. Okay, I should probably, while this is copying over, come on hands. While this is copying over, I think I should probably post my go live and all that kind of crap. All that fun stuff. I really need an automated dealio for doing that. Don't switch. Definitely don't switch. Self promo. And stuff. Hey, look, it actually did the right thing. All right. Come on, hands. My hand tracking, you are nowhere near there. You are nowhere near there. Let's see. Where else do I need to post? See, why does my hand do that? I am nowhere near there. I am nowhere near that. Come on, hand tracking. Turn you off tonight. Bam. 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 Oh, you are. Okay. We won't do that then. Okay, so we got the dashboard. We got that working. We got that working. Now we need to copy the stuff over to the thumb drive. Where's my transfer? Rusty Robo. Rusty Robo. Emotes? Not emotes. Stream resources? Nope. Nope, not there either. Where on earth did I put my logos? Where did I put my logos? This is why it's nice to have everything locked up under a network. There we go. There's the logos. Okay, I'm gonna use the right keyboard. We are being a little interesting tonight here. All right, copy all that over. There we go. And we're going to take this drive and move it on over here. Oh, and maybe we'll switch that off momentarily. Go back to studio mode just in case. Do. Now for the crazy part of using this setup. My VTuber's in the way. Oh, that is hilarious. I can't see what I'm doing because my VTuber's in the way. Can I preview just this? I can. That's ridiculous. This is quirky. All right. Okay. I'll show you all what I'm doing in just a second here. Let's move our hand tracking a little closer. It's obviously having problems with my arms not actually being in frame. Wait, can we even hear me? Yeah, we can hear me. We can hear me and the BRB. The BRB does not have music for some reason. I should really put the trailer on there and everything too. Okay. Real shame I couldn't get my old Adobe Suite on my new computer. New computer? Yeah, on my new computer. That is a shame. Computer, blah, 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 blah. You know, that's not showing anything. That's not showing anything. Let's switch. Let's get out of studio mode. So we can always hit the BRB screen if we need to. All right. How are we doing for audio and everything? Yeah, doesn't sound too bad. Doesn't sound too bad. As always, let me know. Let me know. Okay, I'm gonna pull over some of these ideas. Might as well make a new folder. New folder. We would call this Rusty. And boy, are we ever. Let's install this font. Oh, it's already installed. Awesome. In fact, I think I pulled it off of this computer. Funny enough. Let's overwrite it just in case. This is the font we're going to be using tonight. And this behind us is my old desktop, which funny enough has the same wallpaper. Pull that over here. Let's install Roboto while we're at it. Oh, they don't have just one. Do medium, I think. Medium. And my favoriteest font of all, at the moment anyways, Montserrat. Montserrat. Yes. Oh, it's already here. Okay. Makes sense that it'd be already here. Let's see. Should we make a web document or a print document? Technically, we should probably make a print document since we are working on a logo. Okay. To show you how old the CS3 suite is, because that's what we're using. We're using Illustrator CS3. I can go back further. Not on this computer though. I need to go back to an older computer or get out my old CDs, I suppose. Yes. The big bad web resolution in 2008? 7? 1024 by 768. That was the resolution back then. I'm pretty sure it was like 1600 by 1200. Why is my tracking so crap tonight? Come on now. I will disable hand tracking. Oh, I have disabled hand tracking. I think it doesn't like playing nice with the cam link. We still got this one? Okay. Yeah, I think it doesn't like playing nice with the Elgato cam link that I have. Cam link 4K? Something like that. I'm definitely not capturing at 4K. Okay, let's see. You know what? Let's do just for fun. $19.20 by oops. Ta-da! We are full screen. Oh man, bright mode is a spin over here. Let's make a layer real quick. Layer 1. Now, it has been a hot minute since I've been in here. So please forgive. Should we do D3? Let's do D3. But yes, it has been a hot minute since I've been in Illustrator. The olden days. There, that should be a little bit easier on the eyes at least. A little bit easier on the eyes. I'm just waiting for somebody to come and say, what is this? And this is glorious, my friends. This is glorious. Okay, that is tiny though. really should have hooked up my drawing tablet while I was at all this. Rusty. I better not do 99, somebody will call me out on it. Okay. That's a good start. That's a good start right there. OCR standard. And let's go grab our stuff. Rusty. I believe the final plan was it this one? Was it this one? Ooh, or was it that one? It was probably this one. Let's see, logo idea 5. Ooh, we have more ideas. Okay, that one's bold. Idea 7. I don't see the difference between idea 6 and 7. And there was one where the R was shrunk down, but it looks like that might not have been done. That might not have been done here. Okay, what do we got here? Okay. So I think we'll go with this one. Although there will need to be alterations done, and those alterations can be done after I vectorize it. While I'm vectorizing it, maybe? Oh. Yes, I would have had to rasterize this text. Photoshop, back when we were doing this last fall. Last fall of all things. Yeah, that was quite a while ago. Welcome in, welcome in. Ooh, the text is not going to show up nicely over there, is it? Let's see. How should we do this? A different way. I kind of want the text to be down here like it normally is, but we're actually on the just chatting screen. We are actually on the just chatting screen. So let's give me a moment here. We're gonna have some picture in picture in picture. Okay. Full screen. Right side. So what if we add a source that is already in here? Where's my video capture? Video capture device. There we go. Add existing. Ancient. I wonder what that one is. Add existing. Camlink. Camlink, what are you? Oh, Camlink is set to delete motion. That is silly. That is really silly. La 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 la. Device default. No? So that should be hiding us completely. Oh well, I guess we'll stick with this. we will stick with this for now. I wish to remove Camlink. Yes. Let's go back to the chatting screen. So funny enough, normally it keeps cutting out my leap. Hello. So we'll see how this works. If I wasn't doing vector work, I would use, I'd be using Clip Studio right now. But we are not doing vector, or we are doing vector work. We're not doing lovely drawing work. Here I was thinking, man, this would be faster to do it this way instead of okay, let's make this just a little bit bigger. Wait, full screen, fit window to content. Okay, now we're gonna move this mouse out of the way so we can use the mouse on the computer that's right next to it, right over here. Okay. You know what? Just give me just one more minute to finish setting up here. Just a minute. We are not terribly prepared, but we're working on it. We're working on it. We need to put a little bit of a sound buffer behind this guy. A little bit of a sound buffer. Let's get my motion tracking, picking up my arm flailing about. That's nice. And I want to put my noise canceling into overdrive, trying to filter out the old computer. So we're going to try it this way. Let's see how well that works. There. That might do it. Hello. There. We'll see how that works. As always, let me know how the audio is. Let's see. There we go. Okay, dokie. Oh, geez. This is going to be painful switching between the two different mice. Oops. Come on. Now, where were we, folks? Okay. Ooh, we got to bring up our... We got to bring up our dashboard here. Okay, good. That looks good. This looks good. We're all good. Are we playing music? We're playing music. Put my headphones in. That way I get to listen to some music too. I could finally use my nice headphones because I figured out what my Bluetooth issue was. My Bluetooth issue was I did not have the Bluetooth antenna plugged in. Seems silly. But apparently on these MSI motherboards, maybe others, but I have an MSI motherboard on this, well, both of these computers. It doesn't say on the machine and in the directions that I found, but it says on the bottom of the box for the motherboard. And since I assembled my computer, I should have been paying attention to that. So it turns out that the Wi-Fi antenna is also the Bluetooth antenna. So now my Bluetooth works just fine after I screwed the Wi-Fi antennas back in. Because I'm using this is wired. This machine is wired to switch into the router on the other end of the house. Other end of the house, funny enough. So I was like, yeah, why would I need my Wi-Fi antenna? It's just cluttering up all those wires. Way too many wires hanging out the back of the computer. I'm using every USB port. Hello, Nix. Hello. Antennas are the best. And yeah, my Bluetooth works so much better now that I, have antennas for it. I mean, it makes sense. If it makes sense. But yeah. Wi-Fi antennas also, seeing as they're pretty much the same bandwidth, I think they all run on 2400 hertz, kilohertz, hertz, whichever it is. Yeah. So now my speakers don't cut out, my controller doesn't cut out. It works great. And that's how I was able to do the fancy tracking last time. Not this time though. I do not have, move that over a little bit. I do not have the fancy tracking on right now. I mean, Art Stream. If I ever get it started. We are using Ye Olden software. Ye Olden software. Okay, so let's get this placed in here. Let's get that out of here. Get that out of there. Where is our Rusty folder? And we went with probably idea 7. Idea 7. So we're going to put that on this layer? Come on. Oh, that layer's locked. That makes sense. Oh, with this bright background. Okay, we'll get rid of that in no time. Don't worry. Okay. Let's get the right font going here. Okay, so currently we have it as Rusty. Nope, we have it as all caps. Man, I really needed a refresher course on how I did this. So how we did this was a mixture of all sorts of things. Looks like I redid the T, and the S is the same, the U is the same. Okay, so we're going to redo the T, and I know I changed the kerning and all that kind of fun stuff. But we do have a fun surprise. The fun surprise is that I'm going to make 2 logos. 2 logos for the price of 1. No, 2 logos for the time and the price of 2. So we will shrink this down later because we have to make it difficult for ourselves here. Rusty Robot Factory. Okay, and then this font. Ooh, I do not remember which font that was. And I don't have that computer running right now. It's hiding behind us. That's okay. That's okay. Rusty Robot Factory. So the first thing we're going to do is we're gonna line it up better so that the kerning is correct. Where is our paragraph? There we go. It has been a while since I've cracked open Illustrator on this machine. I am used to using the latest and greatest of the Illustrator on my work computer. And by latest and greatest, that's kind of sarcastic. At least in Illustrator runs better than Photoshop these days. Photoshop just absolutely drags down my work computer. It's not a slouch of a computer either. It is not a slouch of a computer, but still, it does not do great. Yeah, that looks about right. That looks about right. I wonder if we can make the rusty. That's trusty. That's rusty. Wait, what? Oh, you're on the wrong layer. That's why. It's also different using a different mouse. I'm using a spare mouse because I'm running. Oh, so yes, the backstory. The backstory. Even though the background is the same, this is my old desktop computer, the one that went pop last year, which or 2023 now, a little while ago. The power supply blew up on it. Luckily, it didn't take anything else with it. I was very lucky. This computer is about 14 years old now. And yeah, it's old. It is not connected to the internet because I don't trust it. Yeah, if you look, the network is off right there. It's 116.25. Also, the date's off, which, oh, you can't see because Winamp is covering it. But yes, ooh, look at, we are rocking 8 gig of RAM. Yes, we are rocking 8 gigabytes of RAM here. I do have to have a speed fan. I do have to have a speed fan here running, controlling my fan speeds. Let's see, what do we all got in here? Yeah, yep. Ooh, your Pokemon Shiny Hunt. Nice, nice. Good luck. What were you at next for? Was that this morning? Or yesterday morning? These days all flow together. Was it? I think I popped in yesterday. Yeah, I think I popped in yesterday morning. This morning was a whirlwind of doctor's visits and stuff. Everyone's okay. In fact, that's what the doctor's visit was for, to make sure we're okay. But, yeah, good luck on the shiny hunt. The time zones make it difficult. That too. But yes, we're using Adobe CS3. When I bought it all those years ago, it definitely paid for itself many times over because I was freelancing at the time, doing graphic and web design. So this was the production. I actually have the DVD cases on the bookshelf over there. I think this was the production premium set. Because back in the mid to late aughts, mid aughts to the late teens or so, I was a freelance graphic and web designer, amongst other things. So I had to buy all this stuff. And Adobe CS3 came with the books. It came in I want to say a 32-pound box. Big old cube, like that. I mean, the DVDs with the software was like this big. But the big old instruction manuals. And I finally got rid of them in the box on this last move. I was like, why keep that around? Welcome in, Varen. Yes. So that is why this is old and on my old computer. Also because it will not install on my new machine because Adobe gave the big middle finger to their activation servers for the old Adobe suites. But this is a perpetual license running perpetually, and I never need to activate it again because I have this machine imaged. So as long as this machine is in any kind of functioning, even if it has to be a ship at Theseus, rebuilt part by part by part, I will always have this. And tonight we are making a logo. Yes, we designed the logo for the most part. It needs a little tweaking. It needs a little tweaking, but for the most part, this is ready to go. Already designed. Yes, and I think the stream that I was working on this logo, it had to be like last August. Probably last August. List up the group. Got the letters. Compound paths. Ew. Okay, so yes, please forgive me. I'm a little rusty. Huh. But I was pretty much deciding, you know what? If I don't work on this on stream, I'm not going to get to it. And I really do want to get to this. So here we are. But as you can see, we were working on this on, I believe, yeah, I want to say Photoshop is where I was laying out this design. Because that's how I go about doing logos, because I've done a number of businessy logos for small businesses and corporation type stuff. And in general, I haven't come up with an idea sheet. So a whole bunch of little variations, different fonts, different colors sometimes, if they want colors. And I do that in Photoshop because it's super quick to lay out. And then once it gets narrowed down to a couple choices, more variations, back and forth, working with them, trying to convince them that I know more about art and design than they do. It's difficult sometimes. And then when a logo's been finalized, sometimes not always the colors because it might go back and forth. But when the design itself is finalized, then I bring into Illustrator and do what we're doing now. So that's a little backstory of what we're doing now. However, for the last decade or so now, man, it's been that long? It's been almost that long, I think. So for the last long time, I've been using Adobe Cloud Suite because that's what work pays for. That's what work pays for. So I haven't had to use my own software in a while, except for like side job stuff. But today we're doing that a little differently. Should I do this the other way around? I should do this the other way around. You. Oh, no, not you. This is also interesting for me because I am using two computers here. Let's go up there. I'm using two computers at the moment. My old computer and my current computer. And my old computer and my current computer. The funny thing about that is I'm using two different mouses. I'm actually video capturing the old computer. You might not be able to tell so much because I'm using the same wallpaper. Did your VTuber Switch cup out a flag? It would be nice. It would be cool if I could have it recognize. Maybe when I put my hand up to my mouth, if it spawned in the cup. But no, I have a hotkey called mug. Ta-da! So this is a blend shape. There, then it now looks more authentic if I'm making a grabbing motion. Ta-da! We also have a Stein. Oops. We have a Stein, which is the bigger mug. And then we have both of them combined, which gets ridiculous. Let's see. Now we're just on mug. And it is a mug with an error. And I'm leaving it that way forever. I'm leaving it that way forever. Yes. So this is, it's, I guess a lot of people call them toggles, but this one is a blend shape. So it's not just a on or off. If you look carefully, watch the magic. See, it shrinks down. So that mug is always here. It is always inside of my hand. Just like the headset, for instance. Where's the headset button? I haven't turned the headset off in a while. That is always inside my head on this model. When we switch over to the Unity capture, then it will, the helmet at least, or I mean, back up. The headset will be part of my helmet collection or hat collection. Yes, it'll be part of my hat collection, so it won't, it might not pop in like that unless I program it that way. Oh, by the way, I guess 8 gig was a large amount for way back when. But yes, we're running let's see, this is an i7, I want to say a 2700, 2600, 2700, with 8 gig of RAM, which was a lot for 2011? Is this 2011 or so? Okay, I have to move chat so I can actually see you guys. Hold on, we're gonna do a little stream surgery here. Overlay. Move you guys down here where you usually are. And then put in what kind of source? I think I have a shape. Color source? Color source. There we go. Add existing chat. I knew I had that in there somewhere. Now let's see if this works. Move that way down there. Way down there somewhere. There. That should do it. Oops, that's the wrong keyboard. That was the wrong keyboard. Ah, all right, now we can actually read chat. Okay. But yes, so for my hotkeys, I have to remember to hit the right stuff. But I have a, let's see, I have an old phone next to me, an old touch, not super old, but an old phone running an app called Touch Portal, and it is great alternative to an Elgato Stream Deck. So you can basically set up macro buttons just like you can on a Stream Deck. It's both better and not as good at the same time because you don't get the tactile buttons and the Elgato software if you've used that, which I haven't. So you don't get that stuff, but you can use an old phone or tablet if you've got one laying around. And yeah, it's over Wi-Fi, so mine's not even plugged into the computer, which was nice on the workshop streams because I brought that over to my workshop at the other end of the house, the other end of the basement. Though I suppose I could have, if I had the Stream Deck, I could just plug it into the laptop I was using. So I suppose there is that too. Okay, so now that we've got this, let's start chopping stuff apart. All right. Oh, no. Let's make sure we're on the right frame or the right layers when we're chopping stuff apart. Oh, I have you locked. Why aren't you locked? I do have to remember the different keys at times, I suppose. You are locked. You are locked. You are not locked. There you are. Okay. So since we already know, let's see how we want it to look because we have it right here. Now I just have to make it all vectors. And the reason I'm going through the laborious process of vectorizing everything for this is because that's a different weight. So I'm going through the laborious process of vectorizing this so I can, for one, have it be different sizes on different material. If I want a big zoom in on the logo, well, look at how this looks. It's all pixely. Vectors, by their very nature, are not pixely. So this will look good if it's shrunk down to like nothing, or if it's blown way up to a billboard. I'm not going to be blowing this up to billboard size. In game, perhaps. Another fun thing about vectors is you can do all sorts of fun stuff with it. One of the things I want to do is extrude my logo into 3D. So since this is line art, just take it into Maya or Blender, just extrude it, and there. Right now the 3D text, the 3D text tool, I'm still getting used to it in Unity. It's not doing quite what I want. And besides, this won't be text. I'm not making a custom font, so that's a difference here too. I'm not making a custom font. I am making a logo, a custom logo based upon this font. And based on my yapping skills, we'll see how far we get tonight. And also, based on my memory of using ye olden days, come on. Paste in front. There we go. Yes. Ye olden days. Okay, there are a few differences. I'm already noticing there are a few differences between modern Illustrator and ancient Illustrator. Some of the little shortcuts are not the same. So that is interesting. There have been a number of improvements over the years. Oops, no, come on. And this mouse is significantly louder than my other mouse. I apologize for that, that's for sure. Okay, so we need to chop it off right about there. So just under where the crossbar is on the T. Put a ray out here for now. Have it intersect. And complete the anchor. Ta-da! Oops. I knew it'd be that way. I knew it. Okay. Back one more. Because we are slightly off. We want to line up with that one. There. And then complete it. And that should be lined up nicely. Ta-da! It's one of the wonderful things about Illustrator. I know people have a lot of hate on the Adobe, but I think that hate on is well deserved for their business practices, not necessarily their software. I enjoy using older Adobe products, at least. The newer ones, pluses and minuses. Pluses and minuses. One of the big minuses is all the AI garbage. I do wish I had a slightly later version of Photoshop. I think it was CS6, their last numbered CS before they switched over to years. And I think also the last one you could get a perpetual license of, which I didn't, because I had this, and I wasn't about to drop another $2.5 grand. Then this one worked just fine. Did work just fine. But yes, content aware fill was a game changer for photo editing. Just a game changer for photo editing. Because before that, I'd have to load up Photoshop. So before that, in order to extend stuff, you had to use the stamp tool. And I think the heal brush. I'm pretty sure I have the heal brush and some other stuff. But back when old Rusty started, back in the early aughts, doing odd jobs in college for photo editing and such, photo editing, web design stuff, I did a lot of photo editing for like real estate type stuff and rental properties and whatnot. So making, it had to take interior shots and make them look good. You couldn't just go into Lightroom and hit the auto button like you can nowadays and, have something pretty decent. There was lots of masking, lots of color correction, wiping out the wiping out the colors on the walls. The white wall actually looked fairly white with shades of gray and such. Yeah, it was a time. It was a time. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom out just a little bit here so I can still do this. Okay, let's attack the U. Let's attack you. Okay, what was the distance in here? It looks like half the width. not the width of a line. I mean, we can change that for sure. Ooh, where are we? Where are we? Okay. I want to line up with this one, but it's not going to let me, is it? You. Okay. Anchor. Are you not going to let me do? Okay. We're going to try this a different way. Where's my knife? Where is my knife? Okay, there's add anchor points. I need a refresher course on ancient on the ancient ways. Where's my knife tool? Okay. We can do this the old way. We can do this the old way. Oh, come on, be nice. Be nice. Relock the U. Select that layer. And now we just cheat. Ta-da! So now we can use this layer as the basis. And go backwards. Block this one. Open up this one. And start adding. Ta-da! See, now it is lined up properly with that. Well, properly enough, I suppose. I should probably fix that. While we're in here anyways, I should probably make this perfect. Or as perfect. There. Because in the end, the client is me. And I'm okay with it being a little scuffed. It adds character. It adds character. Okay, so we are going to see how big this is. Put that right there. So a thing you might not be able to see. You might not be able to see that there is indeed alignment tools. I think I was trying to say this earlier and got, distracted by a shinies. Distracted by shinies or something. But there are alignment tools and they are fantastic. They're one of the things that makes Illustrator just great. Let's put it right. It's right about there. Is that where our line is? Makes it much easier to do the job. There we go. We have our first cuts. Well, second cuts. We'll keep using this square as a reference. We'll keep using the square as a reference, though. We do need to close things. We do need to close things up. Close that one. Close this one. I don't think that closed it. I do miss having the shortcut keys. I probably should have hooked up my drawing tablet. Because with the drawing tablet, you have I have an old Intuos. And it is nice having the hotkey buttons on the side, including the little wheelie that you can use to scroll in and out or zoom in and out. There. Are you a complete shape? Are you whole? You are whole now. Okay. Yes, it is very handy having the shortcut keys for some of these things. Okay, so you're done. We need to fix. We need to bring you all the way over to the Y because we are going for a retro logo. Very retro. In fact, possibly a fake retro. Kind of vaguely cassette futurism. If I were to nail it down, I would say cassette futurism. Because we want it to look like the future, but based on the past, like a 70s and 80s kind of aesthetic. In fact, when I start updating the look for the robot, we're going to add in some fun stuff. I bought a roll of shelf liner, that you put in your kitchen cabinets or whatever, your shelves, and it is walnut wood grain. So yeah, Rusty's gonna get some lovely wood grain finish on the sides, make them look like an old Atari or electronics from that era of the 80s. Should just rewatch Stranger Things and look at the background for all, what they chose to use for the 80s, their representation of the 80s. Oh, wow, this goes real fast. I need to make this bigger. Oh, apparently not. Okay, you done. Y. What does our Y look like? Y is a little bit closer and it merges in. Separates and merges a little bit. Okay. U, Y. My guides. No? Right, there we go. There's my guides. It has been a hot minute since I've used this. I left an Easter egg in the taskbar. So that, yes, there's a fun Easter egg in the taskbar that kind of goes to show how old my Adobe set is. How lined up are we? Good. Ooh, you need to move over. You are too close. Okay. You are lined up. You are also too close. Okay, so the S needs to move over a little bit, and the U definitely needs to move over. Looks like I chose a standard size. Ah, okay. Oh. You can't just throw the guides back into the abyss. That's funny. You actually have to delete a guide now. Release guides. There he goes. No? Get back in there. Get back up. No. Okay. I guess we're leaving the guide there for now. In the newer Adobes, you can just throw the if you want to get rid of a guide, you just throw it back onto the ruler, and it disappears nicely. Okay. So what we're doing is we left the space in between. Okay, and then we do have a half space. Okay. So all these, this is too much. So all the gaps, we'll call them the gaps. All the gaps are half of a letter width, or the letter thickness. Font thickness? So that's there. But the space between the letters is one letter thickness. Okay. What is it here, though? Bring back the guides. Okay, you need to move over. Yes, you were too close. Okay. You are just right on that side. It's a slight variation. Look at that. Look at that. That side's good, and this side is not. On this computer, it's a different different font, slightly different font size. That's interesting. I wonder which setting I changed over here. Okay, it doesn't need to be perfect though. It needs to look good when it is done. Oh yes, I definitely squished some of these things a little. Okay, because this U is not as wide as this U. In fact, that's crooked. Oh, that is interesting. I did not notice this the first time around. The U has a slant to it. Well, not for long. Not for long. Guide, come on. Where's that guide? Guide. There. There. Close enough. Close enough for now. I can fix it later. Is what I will keep telling myself over and over again. And then go back and try to fix it anyways. Let's put it right about there. Ooh, hey. One message deleted by moderator. Good job, Sari. You get yourself a cookie today. You can get yourself a cookie today. Yeah, that looks significantly better. That looks significantly better. And we will be altering the size of the R later. That's going to be a little tricky. Because instead of being rusty capitalized, with this capitalized R here being larger than the others, it's going to be the same size. For reasons. For reasons. Okay. So now, let's work on the why. The who, the what, why. Posture check. You caught me when I'm trying to line up things. It is a quirk. I will fully admit, it is a quirk. I'm lining up the the angle, and I tilt my head when I do that. I would definitely be one of those that benefits from the workflow of rotating the canvas instead of my head. Welcome in, Slime. Welcome in. Okay, we are going to... We got the Y unlocked, okay. We are working on our logo. You know what? We can make a double Y. There we go. We can do that. I wasn't going to do that, but we can do that. Let's see. Rotate that. So we're using this little square here as a spacer. It'd be better if we could see it. There we go. Using as a spacer because of the way my logo design works for this particular logo. We're making gaps. Currently I'm making a gap in the Y. Looks all techie and sci-fi. Yeah, looking fonty. So we're making gaps, but the gaps are half the line width, or half the letter width. Words are fun. Words are fun. Okay, we're gonna lock some things here. Work on that one. Yeah. Now, how is everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? Hey. Okay, we got that one in there. Oh, this lines up nice. This lines up nice. We can just get rid of stuff. That one. Let's get rid of this one. Looking fonty. Move that one. Unlock our reference Y and get rid of it. Bueno. Very nice. Chipping away at a character model. Ooh. Is this one that you posted in the Discord? Speaking of the Discord, oops, we gotta switch mouses. Switch mouses. Get ourselves an invite code, invite people, copy. I mean, I know you're already in the Discord. Oops, type on the correct computer. Discord. There we go. It's confusing right now because I have 2 keyboards, well, 3 mouses. Normally I have 2 mouses on my desktop anyways, one for my work PC or my work computer and my desktop. So I have them side by side. And they're the same mouse too, so it's extra confusing. But to add to the confusion, I now have another mouse that is running my old computer. My old desktop that was my workhorse for a dozen years, and it's like, man, they don't make them like they used to. I know it's an old person thing to say, but they don't make them like they used to, I guess, because this one's been lasting forever. Needed a new power supply. The last one went bang, and took up smoking. Wait, wrong mouse. I knew I was going to do it. Okay. You zoom in even further. You, where's your friend? There's your friend. Oops. I must have snapping set to be extra fussy or something. Must have it set to be extra fussy. Anchor. There we go. Let's see, was that everything? Got this side. Okay. Logos. Okay, now we're going to connect the S and the Y. Give it that Star Trek The Next Generation, Star Wars kind of sci-fi look. I mean, we are a robotics factory. I made notes today. We've added to the lore over the course of my streaming career, as in the past year and a half or so. Before that even. Okay, let me check my notes. TrustNet Telecom Services. Yes, we have more companies in our Rustyverse here. TrustNet Telecom Services. Nice. Yeah, I made extra plans for tonight that I doubt I'll get anywhere near. It's like, if I finish up my logo, well, I spent a bit of time getting the stream set up in the first place. The joys of trying to work between technologies. Because we are doing capture from my old PC through the HDMI to the new PC. Although this old PC surprisingly, this was what I developed the Rusty project on. So let's see. The VTuber was built on the new machine. There is that. Let's see. The robot and a lot of the CAD work for the robot was done on this machine. It is rocking a 4-core. What are we again? It says 8 core, so I think it's 4 cores with hyper threading. If I'm not mistaken, it's 4 cores, but they're all doubled because of what used to be called hyper threading. Ye olden days. Ye olden days. You know, I don't need like any of these windows anymore. Get rid of some of them here. Claim a little bit more screen real estate. Okay, let's see. We want to get all the way over here. Is it rounded? That is rounded. Okay, so we want to keep some of this. And you. There. Do we have to combine those? We might have to. Control F to paste. Who would have thought that? Oh, that didn't do it. Let's try this again. Gonna make me line it up. Okay. Okay, so now you go away. Oh, no, it didn't. Is it because it's a compound path? Seriously? Uncompound. Release. And you. Get out of here. There. Now I can copy and paste this into the right thing. Although it might not matter. It might not matter. Nope, doesn't matter. Okay. Doesn't matter until I try joining them, of course. Oh no. I'm gonna have to do more alignment shenanigans over here. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, it auto-connected them. It did. Well, that's nice. That's nice. That's swell. Okay, do we have a rounded one? It doesn't look like we rounded it, but we probably should leave it rounded. Ooh, oh no, oh no. No. Okay. See, this is the part where it's easier to lay out everything in Photoshop first, because you can just paint over and erase things that you don't like. For instance, this lump right here. Not particularly a fan. Not particularly a fan, so we're gonna have to fix that. Okay. Where's my carrot? the fun part of making everything look good. I'm just gonna put that over here for now. No? Roughly over there. What on earth are you doing? But yes, the nice part about Photoshop is to make straight lines, to make or do straight lines, you just click on one spot, hold shift, and click anywhere else, and boom, you have a straight line, exactly where you want it to be. So when I was designing this, I know I did this because I've done it everywhere. You click down here somewhere, and then just click up here, up here, lined up, boom, straight line. Didn't have to worry about things, or you use the lasso tool. Ooh, which this one does not have the straight line lasso. I don't remember if that's not an Illustrator thing or if that was added significantly later. Okay. Can we do this along its own line? Maybe. So you may notice that the robot is not with us tonight. The robot is not with us tonight because he is currently in progress. We'll call it in progress. So he is locked down. We'll say locked down for repairs. I started working on him. Didn't have a whole lot of time. To complete everything because he's kind of stuck in the middle between for the neck modifications especially, but a couple other things. He's kind of stuck in the middle there, and to take him back apart, put him, and rebuild him, just to switch him back for the next time I want to make progress, the changes, the updates. It's a bit of a pain. Plus, I still need to. I'm at the point where the code is good, but the physical parts, those gears we made a week or two ago, and then 3D printed. Those need to be glued together, little bushings machined up for them, and just tested out, geared, glued together, fit together, bolted together, tested some more. Final 03 test. Oh gosh, yes, that is my naming convention, except add in a bunch of small case letters after that too. Like submitted A. Oh wait, I made a slight change. Okay. Submitted B. But it's not a full minor letter change, so it's AB1. He just keeps going and going. That is absolutely how especially my Maya files used to look. Especially how they used to look. Okay, we are going to make another copy of this. Oh no, we joined the Y. We joined the Y up so it no longer exists. That was a critical miscalculation on our part. That was actually a critical, no. Because I thought we were done with the Y. We were not done with the Y. Okay, we can fix it. We'll just go like this. Maybe way up here. We need to use reference lines. Oh, those lines aren't quite straight either. That's funny. Okay. Darn. Where's our new lovely letters? Where did they go? Oh, I copied the whole group. I did not want to copy the whole group. Although I probably should have. Okay, path. You. We are copying you because I made a slight mess up. And I don't really want to go back and fix it. There we go. Now we can connect. Or now we can use these as a reference. Mostly. That is one of the downsides of doing things on stream, is that it's not necessarily... Distracted streamer is a thing. Distracted streamer is definitely a thing. Come on. Give me just the anchor point. You. There we go. Put you right about there. You move up here a little bit. And now you, we will fix. Move you back. Play with the handles. Play with the handles so they don't bulge out past the lines. Yeah, this is one of those projects I've been wanting to get done for quite some time, but I just didn't have time for it. I was always working on something, not finishing that, moving on to the next thing. Distracted creator, not just a distracted streamer. Full on distracted creator mode. And then pretty soon it's like, well, now we don't have anything completed. And that's no good. Now we don't have anything completed for this. So I decided to finally reached a stage in my project that, okay, now we need the logo so we can work on the textures for the factory, for all these other things. Come on, there's a path in there somewhere. Where is that path? You. But yes. Oh, the Dead Sun game. Yeah. I had to check that out. Is the build you posted, is that like a stable build ready for testing? Ready for just a goof around in? No, nothing is ever finished, right? That's looking nice. Nothing is ever finished. There's always something more to be done with it, right? Make sure I filled everything in. Ooh. That's looking good. Do you think that the S is still a little wide? So through the magic of magic, we can do that. I realize that'll mess up the angle, but I don't know exactly how close this font's angles were to begin with. Like how strict, I should say. Let's find out. Okay, so this one is, what was it, like 15 degrees? Stable enough. Testing movement and level flow. Cool. Yeah, so none of these angles are quite lining up with other angles. So this font I am borrowing. Wait, this one lines up. Okay, so this is 90 degrees to this. The font that I'm using is an OCR font. Supposed to be very readable. Optical character recognition. So it's supposed to be very readable, at least when it's not all chopped up. At least not when it's all chopped up. It's supposed to be very readable, especially from a distance. And it is. It is. And it is, I believe it's, 9:30 at night. I'm blanking on the term. The kerning is not for, it's not for flow. It's not for flow, like the space between the letters. The characters each take up like space on a grid. You know, so you have, imagine like a graph paper, or, you know, just a grid. One letter per cell, per block in the grid. Not squished together nicely for design and kerning. Shop Dead Sun buys abilities from. Oh, that'd be fun. I would be honored. I would love to be included in it, or a reference to me included in it. Not myself to work on it, but to be a reference. That'd be cool. That's awesome. I'm loving the community. I'm loving. I mean, I think it's mostly the community that Dead Sun built up. You know, because he's letting myself and also Fruitsy Collins have space in the Discord. But I don't see it as it's our Discord, even though, you know, he's told me that it is our Discord. But I look at it more as like I'm being lent some space, and I get to join in on the community and the community that's been built up. It's a very nice community. Lots of helping, lots of cool ideas, you know, art, game design, all sorts of fun stuff. His network. Because now everyone's network, right? We all get to play together. I do have to switch this back. Let's fix this right away. And then we'll get on the R. We are cruising right along. It may not seem like it, but I factored in yapping time. I definitely factored in yapping time for how long it would take me to do this. There we go. I'm not normally this pokey when I am working on actual paying work. Well, let's just hide these paths for now. Not this pokey when I'm working on actual paid work. Okay, what does our R look like? You know what? I should probably save this. Save as. Actual logo 001. Hell no. Use compression, blah blah blah. Yes. Another fun thing when I'm working on logos, Illustrator adds in all sorts of garbage. Even when you pump it out to an EPS file, which is just supposed to be line art. It's the whole point of an EPS file. Encapsulated PostScript. Though I suppose you could, I mean, I use EPS for maximum compatibility, even though nowadays you could probably get by with PDF or SVG. Sometimes still used. Yeah, sometimes still used. Unfortunately, SVG didn't seem to take off like it should have. Scalable vector graphics. Of course, you know what else? Never took off as much as it was supposed to. I mean, it ruled the internet for a long time. My poor boy down here. Another reason I wanted to get this computer up and running again, my old computer, was so I could use Flash. Sadly, due to my years of experience in it, I am more comfortable animating in that, frame by frame animation in that than I am in like Clip Studio. Should get better at Clip Studio. It is way better for what I want to do, especially. Way better for what I want to do, especially. But I kind of think it would be neat to do stuff in Flash. I can go older. I can go older than CS3. Let's see. Where are those lines that we kept around? Because guess what? We are going to use these lines. We are going to use these lines. They will be super helpful. Yeah. I know I need to use... there we go. I know I need to get used to it because it is super nice. You use 2004. Good old MX. MX was amazing. Okay, a gripe. I can't bring it in here. Darn. Okay. It took, after Adobe bought Macromedia back in 06, 07, something like that. I don't remember if they had them in CS2 or not. If they had the Macromedia products, they might have. But yes, I do have a copy of Macromedia Studio MX somewhere. Somewhere. Let's see. But where I was going. Finally, like 2 or 3 years ago, so a decade after Adobe bought Macromedia, they finally included distribution in the alignment tools. So you got these way up here in the corner. Got my alignment tools. I mean, in Photoshop. They put them in here right away. Or they might have had them beforehand. But yes, so for the raster software, so Photoshop and, let's see, what was it? Freehand? Macromedia Freehand, and I know Fireworks had it. Distribution, nice distribution tools for objects. Don't remember if Flash did or not. But yeah, it took them years to bring it over into Photoshop, and is the handiest thing. It's like for laying out objects. Just like, why? And I definitely use it all the time when I'm doing logo design for boring corporate logos. None as cool and sci-fi looking as this will be. And it's funny, I keep trying to move my mouse over over to the chat window and such, and it just doesn't work because it's the wrong computer. I don't have chat. The old computer is not hooked up to the interwebs. I have to do a little bit of bulletproofing beforehand before I hook it up to the internet, because a lot of blocking of stuff, because it is Windows 7. We are in Windows 7 behind us. I was very sad when I discovered that. Where was I going? Very sad when I discovered that my lovely CS suite here would not even run in Windows 10 or 11. Yeah. Something I do intend to check out, though. I've hated on it in the past. It's probably installed on this computer. GIMP. GIMP had a new release, and that is astonishing, for one thing. Come on, get here. I just use a tangent tool. Yeah, GIMP had a 3.0 release, and I'm willing to give it a fair shake. I've used it for image processing, and at one job where I had to do just a little bit of graphic work, and they would not buy. It was basically just cropping product, or cropping product photos. Wow, say that a bunch of times real fast. We're gonna unlock you. Cropping product photos. There we go. and then uploading them to the interwebs. And it was painful. It was painful using GIMP for that. Coming from the Photoshop life, because I've been using Photoshop for eons. There we go. Yeah, just eons and eons. You are floating somewhere, aren't you? You are. Okay, compound shape. We are releasing you too. And why don't we? Did we already release you? Ew, 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 ew. Unrelease. We're gonna wait on that releasing. Add anchor point right here. And over here. But yes, flash my beloved. Flash my beloved. Definitely oh yeah, for emote work. I was like, why was I going to use Flash again? I was going to do it for something on stream. Not necessarily on stream. It was going to be for emote work. Okay, and just pop you in right here right away. Where's my knife tool? Am I imagining that the knife tool came later? Am I imagining that the knife tool came in a later version of Illustrator? Live Paint. Never used Live Paint. Mesh tool is nice. There it is. There's the knife tool. The scissors. Yeah, okay. Not imagining. I am just not using. Oops. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, now we have to hide that. So it doesn't mess us up. Ta-da! We're moving right along, aren't we? Okay, you. Now we're gonna do the same thing over here, except we're gonna, and of course we're not long enough. We're gonna do a little chopping. We're gonna do a little chopping. But yeah, this is just gonna be a nice chill stream tonight. Working on some stuff that I've been meaning to for quite some time now. Quite some time now. Oh, I can't see the darn thing. Okay. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely been one of those weeks too. There we go. There we go. It's definitely been one of those weeks too, where it's just like, you know, should I stream? I'm kind of wore out. Kind of wore out from a busy week. Some IRL stuff going on too. Doctor's appointments and all sorts of fun stuff like that. And then I think, yep, I do want to stream. I definitely want to stream. We're going to undo that. There we go. Yes, I do want to stream because I want to get stuff done. But also, I enjoy it. You know, I legitimately enjoy it here. To hang out with everybody. Yes. To hang out with everybody. Like I said, get some stuff done. And, okay, we're just going to guesstimate this here. You, get back over here. There we go. Get some stuff done, some stuff I've been wanting to get done, like I said. Needed to get it done. We can progress with other things, other fun things that we've got planned. Other fun things we've got planned. So you can't do that without some of this, not even busy work, just background work. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a little bit lower energy, especially tonight. Though I feel like I've been a bit, you know, if I'm being honest, I feel like I've been a bit low energy for a good month or so now, unfortunately. Combination of busy times at work and my toddler. My toddler definitely loves waking up in the early hours of the morning. Early hours of the morning, way earlier than I enjoy waking up. So yeah, we've been getting up at between 4 and 5:30 almost every morning. And that gets old. That gets old real quick. No, not you. We're working on... Oh, that's because we didn't lock you. There we go. Now you'll behave yourself. Maybe. Oh. Let's try this again. You can go down here and intersect with that one. There. I deleted too many lines. Yes. So mostly just for the chill times. I haven't been able to do a whole lot off of stream. A little bit on the robot. I've been trying to focus on doing the robot stuff off stream. Get him more up, more running. Okay, let's see where you end up. Are you over here? Are you over here? You're not going to pick up on that one? Okay. There we go. There we are. Let's see if we can get you to pick up on this one. There we go. Ta-da! Oh, wait, no. You need to pick up on the other one. Ooh, and the music stopped. I'm actually listening to the music this time. I was able to figure out my audio issues. I don't remember if I did last time or not. I was able to figure out my audio issues where my front, there was a Windows update at some point, or a motherboard update, something, my front panel on the desktop decided to not work as well as it should. So the audio, which I have headphones plugged in here so I can, listen to alerts, but also the same music y'all are listening to without interfering with the microphone. Yeah, just stopped working decently. It just stopped working decently. It wouldn't give me, it wouldn't basically let me access the front jack. It was calling it all sorts of funny stuff. And then not working anyways. So it'd be like, hey, is this line in? It's like, no. But if it has to be, I guess. And then it still wouldn't work as a line in. So. Fun issues like that. Fun issues like that. My line is slightly off. Slightly off. It's lined up with the copy of the line, not the line. Okay. We can fix that as well. We can fix that as well. There. That one was super easy. However, it means that this one is off by just a smidge. Oops, no, we don't want to do that. We want to select both of these. They're both can be very important in about 2 seconds here. You know what we're going to do? No, is that not how you do that? All right, where's my group button? Create new layer. No. Okay, why am I forgetting? It is Control G. Why did it not group it then? Oh gosh, this is a stupid Illustrator thing. This is an annoyance with Illustrator. This is definitely an annoyance of Illustrator-ness. You gotta select a little circle. There we go. Now I can just toggle the whole group. But yes, the good old days. The good old days. I gotta say though, there have been some really nice updates that they've made to this stuff over the years. Sadly, AI, not the greatest fan. It was amusing for a bit to test out Firefly, which is Adobe's. Honestly, Adobe's, once they worked out some of the issues, Adobe's ethically sourced AI. As in, you have to be, it sources from Adobe stock, and only if you opt in your images and whatnot that are on Adobe stock. So it's, at least it has that. There, we'll give it that. At least it has that. Yep, at least it has that. Add anchor point tool. But yeah, I don't know. I was not able to get decent. Oh no, that's what you did. I was not able to get decent results out of it, honestly. Oh yeah, it has absolutely become a massive problem. Yeah, just ugh. Why are you? Oh, that's why you are like that. Why are you like that? Things look soulless through AI. Yeah, I mean, like, for what I was doing is it's like, okay, I want to, let's try and generate a bunch of logos. So I fed it all the prompts as one does for what I want. Checkbox the style stuff. Now, granted, this was like Firefly like 1 and 2 or something like that. So it was older. Oh, there we go. There we go. I don't have these connected. But still, it was just like not great. There we go. It's just not great. So I just didn't use it. No, other things of Gen AI. Yeah. All sorts of issues. Why are you like this? Why are you... There it goes. I think this looks all this way. Well, yeah, and it's just like... that's where I was going. So the uses, it's like every field. All of Gen AI seem to follow a similar style. After a while, you can easily tell. Yeah, like all the Firefly stuff looked almost exactly the same. It was all that... Yeah, I don't know. It reminded me of stuff we would have found back in like the 90s on your high school file folders. Kind of like the semi-surreal, airbrushy looking, cartoony-ish kind of stuff. I don't know. Now, granted, their model improved with the next versions of Firefly. And you could use it for decent stuff, but like anytime you wanted text, it didn't understand text. It come up with the weirdest stuff, even if you told it to include specific text. Yeah, I did generate a couple of cool things when I was testing it out. It's like, oh, okay, or not cool, amusing. Yeah. Darn, I can't tell you about it. It would give away too much. Not related to this at all. Not related to this project at all. It was testing out stuff to see if it was even viable for speeding up work processes. And at the end of the day, that's what I would have wanted AI for. Speeding up mundane processes. Speeding up mundane processes. Like in 3D. In 3D, retopologizing. UV unwrapping with better accuracy. Stuff like that. The busy work that I don't want to do. For Photoshop, where they did hit it out of the park. I haven't tried it recently because I don't do as much photo editing as I used to. Content aware fill. They had it since like version like CS6. I mentioned it earlier. I think it was CS6 where they started having. It wasn't AI. It wasn't. I don't think it was even machine learning, but it was like an adaptive. It would look at the pixels and the pixels around it. So maybe some kind of machine learning. And it would, you could scale it out and it would fill in the blanks fairly accurate. It was the same thing with like the heel brush and that. That is where it was useful. Like, oh, I want to. Now they advertise it as distraction removal in Photoshop. But yes, exactly. Like, oh, look, there's a power line cutting across this, this building. We just want the building. We don't want the power line or the trash on the ground or whatever. Trash can, maybe. So you just highlight that and it removes that because it looks at the whole picture, sees the object that you want to remove, that you've highlighted, guesses exactly what you want removed, and then it does it. It fills in the blurs and whatnot. And because AI has looked at enough pictures of buildings and whatnot, it knows buildings and skies and trees. It does a pretty decent job with it now. When they first did content aware fill, it was pretty much only useful for extending things. like let's say with the building analogy, if you wanted, if you had to remove a crack in the building or something, you would select the area, you would highlight the crack, and then kind of just drag it, like scale it past. And I'm not explaining it the best, but filling in the blanks. And oof, yeah, the olden days. It was better than the olden days when we had to do everything by hand with the clone tool and the rubber stamp and. Sorry, Nix. I was ranting and I didn't look at chat. Will say this, because of Gen AI, I have since tried to learn to draw myself. While I may not be able to do a proper painted look and my colors are flat, it's at least something. Well, there you go. Motivation. It is giving you the motivation to give it a shot for yourself. Did I do this backwards? Please tell me I didn't do this backwards. No, okay. I was afraid for a second that I did the wrong, I did the wrong way. Oh, by the way, ta-da! We've line arted it. We'll save this again. Save this again. Move this guy out of the way. And we're going to duplicate this whole group. Should we just duplicate the group? Come on. Oh, are we still saving? Are we still saving? I do forget that the computer is indeed old. Oh, another thing. When I was trying to install my suite on on my new computer, I was reminded of how extremely bloated software is these days. Now, granted, there's tons of more features, more things they can do, and etc., etc., etc. But I think Illustrator was under 200 megabytes. Photoshop was, I have a screenshot of it somewhere. I'm just going to see quickly if I can find said screenshot. Where would that be? I'm going to see quickly. Oh, Jesus, 10 o'clock already. That's not my screenshot folder. Okay, let's see. Off camera here, I'm going to use the right keyboard again. Oh man, I should go through more of these screenshots I've referenced and use them as actual references. But yeah, it was pretty amazing how small the old installation was. I mean, all of the CS3 suite came in on, I want to say 3 DVDs. And that's including... Hey, there's my font stuff. When was that? No way. It was last May. This has been sitting for almost a year. This has been sitting for almost a year. Oh, that is terrible. Well, I thought I had a screenshot of it, but apparently I did not. Okay, I'll stop passing through this. Blow the dust. I know, right? Oh. Yep, there it is. There's the Rusty logo, version 001, the actual 001. That's wrong. Wrong computer. Come on, when is what's your properties? What's your properties? Oh, see, now that one says August 15th. So maybe I was gathering material before that. Okay, August. Still though, that is entirely too much time. That's entirely too much time. Okay, let's see. Okay, where is pasted group? That is not the right mouse. Okay, I can tell we're starting to get to the end of my intelligence for the night, running on fumes here. Let's make that one invisible. Okay, you. We are at least going to fix the R, make it the correct size. Because I don't know if you've noticed, up in this little navigator window, it was off screen, but apparently not off of off the preview when we're zoomed all the way out. It says trusty. Because why would you name your robot factory Rusty? That's not gonna make a lot of sales that way, right? Yeah. So for those who are here tonight, you get the little insider knowledge. The Rusty Robot Factory is the current the current name of the Rusty Robot Factory. The company within the universe here is Trusty. So Trusty Robot Factory, because you trust them. I need to make a better slogan, but it's basically like, trust us. You know, because who wouldn't trust the robotic overlords, right? Skynet in the making. Insider scoop. It is absolutely the insider scoop. And it is going to be a very, oops, grab the right mouse so I can snooze that ad. It's going to be very in-universe. That. Let's see. Need to scale this R down though. I need to scale it down proportionally. Because I want it to be the same size for obvious reasons here. Ugh, am I gonna like it when it's this? Oh gosh. Okay. I need to rework the R. Ugh. Yeah, definitely not like that though. So I need to scale it down, but then increase the line width on it. Okay. That we might actually save for next time. Reliable robot factory. So essentially the logo. Got a little box here. So the logo is going to be something like this. Scale this back down to a cube. Make a new cube. And essentially, because of, natural decay and stuff, the logo that is found by our lovely robot, the logo that is found by our explorer who helped rebuild the robot, it's a bit worn down. She won't really tell. Yeah, this looks like butts. We'll do it this way instead. So it's a bit worn down, and therefore it doesn't look quite right. So it's all filed off. So it looks like it's just a border, but essentially it's Trusty. The Trusty Robot Factory. And it'll of course look better when it's done. We can get a rough look of it right here. We're gonna have the same spacing. There we go. And let's hide the Rusty group just for there. So essentially it'll be more like that. That looks terrible because the R is too big. Let's make it more like that, I guess. I don't know yet if I want to encapsulate it. I've thought about encapsulating it like that, but that makes it less visually confusing. And to take it a bit further, probably want to put it like centered. So this could be why there's confusion. Line it up. This could be why there's confusion on why, it's not trusty, that it's rusty. Because whoever originally designed the trusty robot factory and what did I say? Trusty telecom services? Wait. TrustNet Telecom Services is the parent company. Yes, blame the telecoms. Yeah, so whoever designed the logo for them didn't do a great job. Maybe we need to make this a little wider. Because it didn't convey. Ooh. It didn't quite convey what they were going for. Let's redo. But yes, Nix, we might not be here after you grab your lunch, but thank you for stopping by and enjoy your lunch. I almost like that if I thin this down a little bit and move this back a little bit. Kind of reads nice. With a little tweaking, this might not be too bad. This might not be too bad. A little tweaking. There we go. We got yapping and the logo mostly done. I don't hate it. But I think the bottom line does have to go. The bottom line has to go. That's a funny way of putting it, isn't it? Yes, this will look better when the R is shrunk down. When the R is shrunk down, this will look better. Because the robot factory is the bottom, the level. And this won't be as overbearing. A big gap right here. Yeah, the 80s love their lines. Oh, I was gonna bring up a whole bunch of examples. A bunch of examples of 80s like electronics logos and companies. And that's why I didn't feel bad about going overboard with the sci-fi Star Trek The Next Generation, Star Wars-y type font. I did go a little bit much, but we are a sci-fi project here. So I feel it was a bit justified. Let's see what this looks like back up here. Hide the source material. Hide the other source material. There we go. Oh yeah, it definitely needs to be, this needs to be shrunk down for sure. Trusty. Let's save that. Oh man, I could have been working in gray mode the whole time. Man. Okay. Oh, ad break in progress. We won't cut out until after the ad break's done. Yeah, we gotta save this. We already did. All right. We got well, let go. Put Robot Factory in there while we're at it. Paragraph window. Type. There it is. we have? Do we have Montserrat? Montserrat. It lied and said it was installed, didn't it? There you are, my beloved. Love this. Oh my god, that looks good. That looks, oh, that looks so good, but not for what I'm doing. I'm saving this. Sorry, I might be a little bit of a font nerd. That looks so good with negative 200%. Just not for what I'm gonna use it for. Okay, let's go medium. Smidge smaller, maybe 32. And 0. We got a positive. Oh, are the ads all done now? Are the ads all done? Oh, there we go. Bueno. It's not the worst. It's not the. I'm in love with this right here, though. If we have a Rusty Robot Factory audio cassettes in the universe, they will absolutely, or VHS tapes, they will absolutely have this branding on it. I'm gonna have to remember this. I'm gonna have to remember this for other projects. Where's my replay buffer? Bam. But yeah, you know, that's not the worst. That's not the worst. Let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of my guides. Control plus, that's what it was. There's been one more. Move the navigator over a little bit. You go away. You're not really necessary here. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Does it need this one though? Does it need that one? Where are you? Or would it be fine? No, it definitely needs the other one. It definitely needs the other one. Okay, we're just gonna fix this, wrap it up. Wrap it up in a nice little bundle. This needs to be thicker too. I will still play with whether or not I have the R smaller. I think it does need to be smaller, so it's all. But for now, bam, logoed. Logoed. Yeah. And you can see where the confusion would be on why they call it the Rusty Robot Factory instead of the Trusty Robot Factory. Right, right. All right. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Ooh, stream went a little long. Stream went a little long. That's okay. Let's go see if we can drop by and say hi to somebody. Do 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 do. Oh, I've been taunted. Hold on, I've been taunted. We're gonna go raid Dead Sun. The stream title is a taunt. It says only really attractive people follow this streamer. There we go. We're getting called out. We have to go raid them otherwise. Oops. Type on the right keyboard even. Bam. Rusty raid. Let's do ourselves a rusty raid. Let's go say hi to Dead Sun. Thank you, everybody. We'll catch you next Monday. Ooh, next Monday night. Quite possibly a workshop stream. Quite possibly a workshop stream. So, hand cam from the operator. We got to make some robot parts. We got to machine them up on equipment that's 80 years old. 80 years old. That's crazy. Making robot stuff on ancient equipment. All right, let's go say hi to Dead Sun. I'll catch you all next time.